Laurie Anderson is here. She is a sculptor, she is a painter, she is a sound artist, she is a filmmaker, she is a poet, NASA's artist in residence, and much, much, much more. For 30 years, she's helped bridge the gap between art, culture, and pop culture with events like New Music New York, which marks its 25th anniversary this year. I'm pleased to have Laurie Anderson back at this table. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Last time you were here,
yeah.
Lou was here, and we talked you into coming on. And I'm so happy you did, because everybody just loved that.
Thank you.
So you're back for this whole idea of New Music, New World, 25 years later.
Yeah.
And this is an album called New Music, New York, 1979. Listen, from the Kitchen Archives. Guess who's on it? Philip Glass, Meredith Monk, John Gibson, Garrett List, Gordon Mumma, George Lewis, Michael Nyman, Pauline Oliveros, Tom Johnson, Charlie Morrow, Barbara Benary, Phil Knebloch, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. But not you.
Not on that one. That was a big scene. A lot of people involved in that. Well, that was time when the kitchen was like a real kind of neighborhood like joint, you know, and you walked over there, which I think was really key to how that worked, you know, so that it was a really unique moment in music in New York, and it had a well, downtown music. It had a real coherent place, and you know, you just go and check things out every night, and there was always something going on, and great parties. And this is when Soho was
Soho.
had like, yeah, well,
Soho was for artists, not commerce.
Yeah, and there was maybe one gallery at that point, or
yeah,
you know, well, a little bit earlier there was one gallery, and then and it's hard not to romanticize that. I think I probably do romanticize it to some extent.
Now, is there a place in town that's like it was then, now?
I think in a way...
Is it a little bit Chelsea, or no?
No. I think in a way the whole idea of avant-garde might be impossible now.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just because, you know, as soon as you put something out, wow, it's really out.
Yeah.
It's hard to be... we were undercover, we were underground, we were aware that we were making something really new and kind of secret. And
but you define yourself first and foremost as a, you know, some people would say, whatever I am, I may be a director, I may be an actor, but I am, at heart, I think of myself as a writer. Do you think of yourself as first and most a performance artist, or a musician, or a painter, or I mean, a sculptor, or poet, or what?
I think of myself
what is your
as
big talent?
As a traveler.
On the journey of life.
Yes. You know, last year I decided I got to get out of my house. I'm just spending the entire time looking at these like rectangles of stuff.
Yeah.
I thought, everything's in my computer.
So what did
now.
you do?
I walked out the door. I decided to do only stuff that was outside and that would get me out into the world. Because, you know, you have this illusion when you're doing stuff on your computer or on the net or something that you're out there. You're really looking at like these rickety, crummy graphics, and you know, just I was getting really isolated. So everything I've done since then has been like outside.
Like what?
There's a big project that I'm doing in Japan, and designing some music for a huge garden, which is and so you walk through and then you see these kind of different sort of clumps of images in different places. It's huge. It's like half the size of Central Park. And so you listen to this kind of binaural piece of music as you wander through this place. And I'm also making a film for that project. And so I've been studying classic Japanese gardens, which are fantastic because they're like big clocks. So you have everything in it represents some kind of time. So you have like the plum tree that's like representing just like this blossom that's the shortest kind of time you can imagine, dumping all at once over a trillion-year-old rock, which is another kind of time, and a stream going through it, another kind of time. So it's like this like all these tempos going on. So it's a perfect way to do kind of music, thinking of those kinds of big gears.
What is that? Can you show me this?
Yeah, you know, I brought this along because in that series...
I thought you were going to put that in your ear, but you don't.
Well, you usually do. This is a pillow speaker.
Oh, it is a pillow speaker.
And it's usually you hide it in your pillow, you know.
And,
so
I used to have that.
Yeah. You did that? You
used to
this
a long
stuff?
time ago, yeah.
Did you learn, it's mostly like to learn German in your sleep?
Well, no, I didn't. I
Didn't work for me either.
I just did it to have, you know, I like the idea of having music. So.
Yeah. I tried to learn German. I just woke up feeling paranoid. I didn't really...
Why German?
That's a language that I skipped. You know, I thought I'm going to pick it up along
How many
the way.
languages do you speak? A little bit of French, a little bit of Spanish, a little
Italian,
bit of Italian.
Yeah.
Or a lot, maybe, I don't know. Right?
Well, I probably more read it than... So this thing is a little device that's usually used for that, and then because I was fixing a lot of electronics at that point, you know, stuff that would break, and I would just play around with it and see what it would do. So I always wanted to sing like a violin, so that's what this is for.
So you're going to show me?
I'll show you a couple seconds. It's a piece that goes on for a while, as did everything in the time of that record. You know, so this one goes like this. And so on.
Yeah.
It's a mouthful.